All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. Welcome back into the studio with me. Today is going to be a bit of a different type of class for you. So, usually, what I like to do at the beginning of the year is reset our chakras. And that's something that I will be working on closer to the spring as we start to align with the new weather coming in and that new growth. But we're still in winter. We're still here in this downtime. And I want you to meet yourself on your mat. And what I mean by that is reintroduce yourself to yourself. And I want you to notice all of the emotions that are within you. Something that's been really resonating with me lately is the idea in Chinese numerology that last year, 2025, was the year of the snake. And if you've been to one of my classes last year, I think I had this a little bit in there as well. But it's about shedding, it's about letting go and closing off a chapter where this year, 2026, it starts with the year of the horse. And that's all about momentum. That's about energy moving forward and that transition, that transformation. So before we get there, it hasn't quite started yet. It actually starts in mid-February. That's when the year of the horse takes over in the Chinese numerology. And for today, I want you to meet yourself with everything that you may be feeling or holding on to so that we can look to shed some of that within us. And I'm going to share a little bit about myself with you. For those of you who don't know me or first time meeting me, I am Vanessa. I've been teaching yoga for about 5 years. I started teaching during COVID. And that was a very hard time to learn how to teach yoga because everything got shut down and everything was online. So for me personally, becoming a teacher, I had to adapt on how to connect with people online before I connected with people in the studio. And seeing that transition come to the light of the last 5 years, I love that we have this group of people that come into the studio to share that practice with me. Now, in my personal life, I am looking to build other things in my career, start to do more of that transition into my yoga practice as well. But with that comes a lot of doubt. It comes a lot of vulnerability because I don't know the next step. I don't know what I'm doing because it's so unknown to me. So maybe there's things in your life that are feeling something similar. Yes, we can find the joy when we're on our mat, but can you also look for the areas that you're feeling that doubt, looking for that sorrow? Sit with it all before we finish off this official year of the snake so that we can start to shed some of that and head into the next 2026 with a little more clarity. And that's really what I want you to have or try to do within our practice. It may be heavy, and that's okay. It's just acknowledging we're not here to beat ourselves up. We're just simply meeting ourselves where we are in this moment. So I want you to close your eyes, or you can even find something still to gaze at and think to yourself, notice all the things that you're feeling in your life. It may be in your career, if you're feeling motivated, if you're ready to take that next step, or maybe you feel like there's something that's holding you back. And same thing personally. Is there something personal that you feel about yourself that you're not quite there with? There's some kind of doubt, there's some hesitation. Again, we're not here to beat ourselves up. We're just noticing these feelings that are sitting within us. And maybe that personal feeling that you have is something physical, an injury that you're dealing with. Maybe you're not as healthy as you hope to be. You're not as strong as you hope to be. That's okay to be in that position. It's okay to feel vulnerable that you're not where you thought you would be. But it's about recognizing where you are in this moment so that you can start to move forward with some momentum, with some energy. Observe what feels grateful, what you feel blessed about, what those positive bringings to your life are. Perhaps it's people, perhaps it's your practice, maybe it's something completely different. Maybe it's your dog. And on the flip side, what feels uneasy, scary, or not settled? Big thing about New Year's is it's not about starting fresh or starting new. We start where we are. We've already built the foundation with our practice, with everything that we've done in our life up until this point. So, how can we take that next step and move with momentum into the year of the horse? And while we move today, I encourage you to acknowledge everything that comes to the surface for you, whether it be positive, negative, neutral, anything that comes up. And take this practice as the beginning of the future. And gently bring your hands together at heart center. Take a nice full breath in through your nose and exhale side out through your mouth. And take a soft release to your hands, open your eyes, and we're going to start laying down. Make sure you have a block nearby as we're going to begin in a bridge. So before we get into our bridge, observe how the body feels in this position. Has anything started to shift for you physically? Maybe even your breathing. Can you breathe a little easier with your body connected down to your mat? Recognizing how this motion feels, even as you breathe through the belly, noticing how it lifts up, and noticing how everything starts to deflate when you take that exhale. And grabbing onto your block, we're going to slide it underneath your hips to have a nice support system. Now, I would encourage you to stick with more of that medium height max for the height that you're using. You can also take it to the flattest variation for that block if that feels a little bit better. Now, when you're ready, push into your feet, lift your hips up, slide that block underneath your sacrum, which is that flat triangular bone at the base of your spine, and let your weight just feel that support. What do you need to do with your upper body to feel some of that let go motion? Can you open your arms, even turn your palms up, and let your body just settle? Now, while we're here, notice the support system that you have in this particular pose. It is metaphorical. Can you notice the support system that you have off of your mat with whatever it is that you're going through? May it be your career, your personal, your physical health, whatever it is. Observe and notice that support. Send love and light into that direction. Well, equally as important, are there places in your life that you are looking for support and not getting it? Can we let that go? Whatever it is, whoever it is, if those expectations are too high, do they need to come with you within the next year? Keeping your left foot down onto your mat, start to draw your right knee closer toward your chest, maybe grabbing onto your knee and giving it a soft little pull inward. Give a gentle release to that right foot. Take it back down onto your mat and then switch your leg. Have your left leg come in. Observe how the body feels as we start to progress in our practice. Notice if there's anything coming up to the surface that maybe this isn't resonating with you. Maybe this doesn't feel good on the body. You're not meant to do everything that I teach you. If it doesn't help you, then take it out. Let it go. Gently take your foot all the way back down. We're going to activate your thighs, push into your feet, start to lift your hips off of your block and take your hips back down onto the mat. Now, before we start to introduce some big movements, we're going to go nice and slow here. So bring your hands to your hips and create some pelvic tilt. Start to tilt the pelvis forward. Your lower back is going to lift off of the mat and then tilt the pelvis back, pushing your lower back down into the mat. Keep going with that motion. Tilt it back forward. Take it back. A couple more times with it. And start to draw your knees into your chest to create a little bit of counterbalance between that lumbar spine after your bridge. Take your knees over to the right side for your twist. You can keep it a little more subtle here by having your knees a bit further away from your shoulder and your arm, and open up that left side. If it feels okay on the neck, we can look to the left. Bring out any of that self-doubt, that vulnerability comes to the surface here. If it doesn't serve you, bring it out, let it go. Put your head back to neutral first. Start to pull your left leg up and then your right, and come back into the center. Before we move into the other side, is there a specific movement that your body is craving? Do you want to rock your knees? Do you want to hug them back into your chest or straighten them out? Move into the other side, however feels natural for you. I like to hug my knees back into my chest and then let them come to the side, but you do you if you just want to let them naturally fall. Take those knees a little further away from your shoulder. That way we're twisting more down the spine for when we had that bridge, most of that sensation. Notice the side. How does it feel different than the other? Do you feel more of that stretch in a particular part of your body that you didn't feel it on the other? Take the head back to neutral, pull your right leg up, your left leg up. Find some motion here. Start to hug your knees into your chest once again and really hug it in. Can you get your elbows around the outside edges of your knees and lift your head? Try to get your forehead as close as you can to your knees. You can also rock side to side here, starting to massage out the muscles that support your spine. Now, if you are dealing with any back issues, I encourage you just to roll to one side and sit up naturally. If you're okay to go, we can hold on to the backs of your legs, keep your elbows wide, and start to rock back and forth on your spine. Being curious, being playful with what is coming up next, not just in our pose, but also within your year. That's where we start to create that momentum. Eventually coming all the way up into your boat. Let's take the heels to the floor first. Sit up nice and tall and continue to hold onto the backs of your legs, having your elbows out. Now, priority here is your chest. We want to keep it nice and wide and lean back slightly so you can be a little more proud. You might already be feeling some of the hip flexors fired up, even the core fired up here. This is the level for you to stay if this is intense for you. Level 2, if you want to progress, we can start to pick up your legs. Keep your hands on the backs of your legs, but try to keep your shins parallel to the floor. If at any time you start to feel like you're losing your posture, that's your cue to come back down that previous level. This is what we want to focus on. Level 3, we're going to start to release those hands, turn the palms up, but continue to keep the shins parallel. Level 4, if you want a challenge, start to straighten out your legs. Even bring the arms up. Work back down your levels, grabbing on, coming forward, and hug your knees in. Come back into that first level. So the heels are down, your chest is up, you're holding onto the backs of the legs. Once again, we're going to work through those layers. Layer 1 is where you're just going to lean back enough to your arms are going to straighten out, and then you're going to come all the way back up to that starting position. Now, level 2, if you want to progress here, we're going to pick up your feet again, have those shins parallel, lean back, straighten out your legs, and then take it all the way back up. If you want to release your hands, you can, but that priority stays the same with your chest. Can we keep it open as we do this? Now go with your breathing. Inhale as you lean back. Exhale as you take it up. 3 more times. Go nice and slow. Keep the chest up. 2 more times. Inhale, lean back. Exhale as you take it up. 1 more time. Good. Find yourself into a cross-legged position or even wide-legged position, and then fold forward. Now, the year of the horse is actually the year of the fire horse. We're starting to ignite something within you. Notice the heat that we're building in the body as we move from pose to pose. And gently starts to sit all the way back up. We're going to grab onto your kneel pad. Keep it nearby. You don't need it quite yet, but just in case you need something soft underneath your knee, we have it close by. Now turn to face the left side of your mat with your left hand down, and you'll be on your left hip. So everything's on the left. Yeah. Okay, so that left leg is going to be bent. Your right leg is going to be out straight-ish, I would say. You want to try to plant the foot as much as you can. And if you feel like you need some of that protection underneath your knee, I'll show you what we're doing. We're coming up into your stargazer. So if you need some of that protection, you can have it underneath your knee with that pad. Now, when you're ready, we're going to scoop that right arm up and around, and then start to lift up your hips as you create that long length between your right hand and your right foot. Breathe into the side of the body. Notice what it takes to hold this position, all of that support, all of that control, your stability, your breath. And then start to bring yourself into a neutral position. So what I mean by that is your left hand's going to be underneath your shoulder, and then square that knee underneath your hip. So now we're facing more laterally to the long edge of your mat. Now pick up your right leg, extend it out, feel the hip flexors start to fire up. Stay here for 5 cycles of your breath. If you want to introduce a quad stretch, you can pull the foot in toward you and hold on to the top of the foot. Try to keep the leg parallel to the floor as much as you can. Those hips are forward, the chest is up, the chin is up. If you need to take it down here, we can also come down to your forearm and take your quad stretch from your forearm. If you're holding onto your foot, extend it back out, take it all the way to the floor, and then sit back down. Good. Rotate to the other side. Having fun yet? Okay, so now we're on our right hip. Our right hand is down. Support that right knee if you need to with something nice and soft. When you're ready, we're gonna pick it up, find that stargazer, reach to the corner of the room with that left hand. Use your breath here. Coming into your neutral position. So start to bring that right knee right under your hip, the right hand under your shoulder. You're more centered and squared to that long edge. So your hips are forward, your shoulders are forward, and your chin is up. Lifting up that top leg, keeping it here for 5 cycles of your breath. If you want to introduce your quad stretch, start to bend into your leg and pull the leg closer toward you. Again, your option you can take here is to lower down to your hip, come down to your forearm, and find something similar where we keep the leg up or look for that quad stretch. If you're holding on to your foot, extend it back out straight, take the leg back down, and then come to your tabletop facing the top edge of your mat. Once again, support your knees if you need that extra padding. Moving through some cycles of your cat-cows to really start to let go of some of the tension that holds us in our spine. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, your toes could be tucked or untucked, that's more your preference. Start with your inhale. Start to sink your belly down toward the mat. Melt your heart between your shoulder blades. Lift your chin, your head, look forward. Exhale as you tuck your tailbone, round the back. Start to push into your hands and look back. Inhale, sink everything back down. Slowly lift your gaze, look forward. Exhale as you tuck and round and look back. Keep going here. I invite you to close your eyes and focus on every breath that has taken you to this moment. It guides you, it protects you, it serves you in such a greater purpose. It keeps you grounded. A couple more cycles with your breath. And take one more long breath in. Full breath out. Take it into your child's pose or your down dog, or even something perhaps that I haven't mentioned, just to have a little bit more of that transition. Now, first down dog of the morning, if you're here with me, take what motion you need. Sometimes it feels nice to pedal the feet out back and forth, maybe generously bend those knees, really send the hips up to the sky. Staying here if you choose to, or we can start to pick up the right leg, bend into your leg, and let the foot drop to the left side for your three-legged dog. This can also be done from a tabletop if you need to do that as well, by picking up your right leg and just keeping it straight back behind you. Meet yourself where you are today. What is serving you? What is not necessary? Take that right foot back down. Inhale the left leg up. Bend in, let it drop to the left or to the right. Find the strength to stay balanced. And take that left foot all the way back down. Start to lift your head, look to your hands, give a generous bend in your knees. Walk or step to the top edge of your mat. And take an exhale as you fold over. Lead with the back of your head as you start to inhale, rise up, circle those arms, reach up, look up. And exhale your hands to heart center. Now, as we move through a couple of salutations, I encourage you to make sure your blocks and your props are all nearby, just in case you need to have them close for any positions that we're getting into. Nothing crazy, I promise. Start from the top edge here. Big inhale, circle those arms up. Move nice and slow. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, find your hands to your shin for your halfway lift. Exhale as you fold. Now bend your knees as much as you need to get your hands on the mat. Step back into your high plank. Lower to your knees and come all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes, roll your shoulders back and down, squeeze your elbows into your rib cage. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale as you fold. Tuck those toes, inhale as you push back up to your knees, supporting you if you need to, and find your down dog, child's pose, tabletop, whatever feels best for you here. And start to bring that right leg back behind you. Use your exhale to swing it through and place the foot between the hands. Now we're going to come down to your back knee if you choose to here, and support yourself with that knee pad. Blocks are going to be very handy as we find your first low lunge position. So these are really helpful so that you can focus on your hips rather than rounding forward through the upper body. Can we pull the shoulders back, lift the gaze, and focus on the lower half of the body? So we're looking for some alignment here. We want to have the knee, that front knee, directly over your heel, so it's not going too far past the toes, and you're able to wiggle your toes so you don't have that pressure going into your toes specifically. Now, if you feel like there's a progression with your low lunge that's going to serve you better today, I encourage you to explore that, find that curiosity, what that path looks like. It may be something like where you're letting go, you're starting to get more of that active position. Perhaps you want to change up how that low lunge is situated, maybe bringing both hands to the inside edge of your foot. The hips can hold a lot of emotion, a lot of tension. So notice if anything is starting to come to the surface. Whatever is buried deep, we want to try to shed that, let it go. And take your hands back down to your blocks if they are removed from it, and start to heel toe that right foot open enough that you can bring your right hand into the middle. Yeah. Now, I do encourage you to lower this block, this left block a little bit so you have a little more room to wiggle here. We're going to shift your weight into that left hand and then circle the right arm up. So we're twisting to the right here. If this is too much on the shoulder, we can take that arm back behind us as well. If the twist is something that isn't serving you, just come back into your lunge. And start to take your way back to that neutral position. You can move your blocks just off to the side for right now. Start to pull your hips back. Place your hands down onto your mat and step back into your high plank. Use your knees as you lower down. Start to come all the way to the mat. Find your cobra. Hug those elbows in. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. Tuck your toes and come back up into your down dog, child's pose, tabletop, whatever feels necessary. And start to inhale that left leg back behind you. Use your exhale to swing it through and place the foot between the hands, coming down to your right knee, supporting it as much as you need to, and grabbing onto your block. Focus on the lower body here, those hips, and how we can start to push them a little more forward. The alignment with your knee and your heel of your front foot. Relax your shoulders, lift your gaze. Observe this side completely different. If this is something that you want to progress, something further into your lunge, find it. Be curious. What happens if you let go and start to open out through the heart? What happens if we walk that foot out a little bit more to that left side and get further into your position? It doesn't have to be the same as what we did on the other side. Now, if we have progressed into something other than a regular lunge position, I encourage you to take your hands back down to your blocks and bring that left hand to the inside edge of your left foot so you can heel toe it out just a little bit. Lower that right block enough that we have a bit of wiggle room, even take it out to the side as you find your twist. Bring that left arm up or back behind you if that feels better for you. And once again, observe the twist on this side. If it's not serving you in a good way, take it out, let it go. Gently bring that left hand all the way back down. We're going to move your blocks just slightly off of your mat. And with one swift motion, as seamlessly as you can here, start to pick up your back knee and step forward to the top edge of your mat. Exhale as you take a fold. Root through your feet. Inhale as you lead with the back of your head. Rise up, reach up, look up. And exhale your hands to heart center. Take a Tadasana. Notice how you're grounded through the feet, building those roots one breath at a time. Notice what's coming up for you here. What is it that you feel? Perhaps a sense of calm. Maybe there's still something that's in your mind that's lingering. One of the best ways that we can help to release it is to acknowledge it. Give it the space it needs before it lets go. One more salutation. Inhale, bring those arms all the way back up. Exhale as you dive down. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale as you fold. Plant your hands, move through your vinyasa if you choose to, or you can skip it and go right into your downward facing dog. So vinyasa means coming all the way down to your mat, finding that cobra, and then working your way all the way back up into your down dog, tabletop child's pose, whatever you choose for this moment. Start to shift your weight into your left foot as you bring that right leg back behind you. Using your exhale, swing it through and place it between your hands. Now we're going to stay elevated here. To keep that base of support, you can bring your left foot a little bit more to the edge of your mat. That way you have more balance as you rise up in your lunge position. Now when we rise, make sure that knee is directly over the heel. Again, we want to protect that joint, and you're able to wiggle your toes. You're not sending your weight forward. Your hips and your shoulders are going to be in one straight line. Your chest is nice and proud. And find what works best for your arms. Do you want those cactus arms? Do you want to bring them up above your head? Or perhaps reaching back behind you, interlacing and having that heart opener. Now find your balance to hold your strength. Oftentimes when we are in a position like this, it's that drishti point, that still gaze that we can focus on, and use your breath to keep the body steady. Take a full breath in where you are. Use your exhale. Take your hands all the way back down to your mat. And step back into your downward facing dog. And shift your weight into your right foot, bringing that left leg back behind you. Use your exhale to take it forward and step up between your feet. Now widen your outside, that right leg, more to the outside edge of your mat, and then come into whatever serves you for your upper body. Is it arms up, arms out to the side, or down below? That front knee stays directly over the heel. Wiggle your toes so you have that base of support, and find your strength. And take a nice full breath in where you are. Use your exhale to start to bring those hands back down to the mat and step forward. Root down as you inhale and rise all the way up. Circle those arms, reach up, look up, and exhale your hands to heart center once again. And take your Tadasana. Notice how things are starting to shift here. And take a soft release. We're going to build those roots a little bit deeper using our tree. So if balance is not your strong suit, that's great. That's a great place to be in this moment. We can move to a wall or find some support that you can actually use to help you out with this. Now we're going to shift your weight into your right foot first. Pick up your toes, spread them nice and wide, and place your foot fully down onto the mat. That way we have a nice big base of support using all aspects of your foot. Now, just like before, we're going to work through our levels. So level 1, keep the ball of the foot down onto your mat. Bring your heel up against your ankle. Now, the key is to try to keep those hips nice and square. So you want to pull that right hip in rather than having it stick out to the side. If this is enough for you, you can find what works best for your upper body and stay here. The second level is to pick the foot up, take it to the inside edge of your calf. We're avoiding the knee joint in general, but we're starting to feel a little bit of that wobbleness coming into play. Stay here if you feel like this is enough. If you want to progress even further, that foot is going to come up above the knee, not directly on that joint. And we have this pushing motion with your thigh and your foot into one another. Glue this hip in and then find what works best for your upper body. Test it out. If it's stillness to keep you still, then find your drishti gaze and hold your hands somewhere nice and steady. If you want to test out that momentum, your balance, everything, that curiosity, can we invite some movement into your arms and see how the body adapts? Meet yourself exactly where you are in this moment. If we fall out, we fall down in life, we get back up. There's been many times in our life that have taken us down and we've gotten back up. We've made it back onto our mat. And start to give a soft release to your foot. Take it all the way back down and you can start to shake out those legs. Right side is usually the dominant side. So now we're going to move to the non-dominant. Pick up your toes, spread them nice and wide, place them back down onto your mat. Start with fresh here, nice new level. This is a completely different side, and maybe you're dealing with an injury. I know for me on my right, I am mirroring you. I do have an ankle injury that can be a little problematic. So ball the foot down onto your mat, the heel up against your ankle. Notice this side, notice how it feels. If this is your stopping point, if you're already kind of woozy and wobbly, stay, practice this. Level 2, take that foot to the calf, the inside edge. Level 3, taking that foot a little higher, perhaps above the knee. Have that pushing motion. So you have your thigh and your foot pushing into each other, and that left hip is coming in. Notice what happens when we are perhaps on that non-dominant side for your body. Do you need to find that stillness more than your movement, or can we find some curiosity and notice if you can stay a little more present by moving your arms? And the fact that we fall out, we come back in, just proves that you're taking more chances on yourself. You're not giving up on yourself when it comes to your yoga practice. That mimics outside the studio as well. Don't give up on yourself just because you failed a little bit. Come back in, try again. And start to give a soft release to that foot. Take it all the way back down to the floor and then shake things out. Now you can work your way back to the mat. You got it. All right, keep your feet a little more together. Bring the big toes to touch. Leave a little bit of space in between your ankles. Bring your arms all the way up. Option here is you can take those cactus arms if that's a little too aggressive on the shoulders. We're going to keep those hands apart, but spread your fingers nice and wide. Now kick your right hip out to the side and lean to the left. Try to keep your shoulders nice and square and your chin away from your chest. This is called your palm tree pose. So if you think of a palm tree and everything that it endures, all of the hurricanes, the storms, most of the time it stays strong and steady. The same can be for you. Stay strong and steady. Inhale as you come back to center. Exhale as you move to the other side. Kick that left hip out to the side. Inhale, take it all the way back up, and exhale, bring your hands back down. Face the long edge of your mat, so you can face the mandala if that feels a little bit more beautiful to look out the windows in the studio. Widen your feet as wide as your wrists, please. Keep your feet parallel, so even tuck your toes in slightly and really push into the outside edges of your feet. Now from here, we can have those hands out to the side. We can also keep them up above your head. We're going to send your hips back and come into a halfway hold. So you're finding that 90-degree bend in your hips. Your back is flat. Pull your shoulders back, squeeze them together. Softly lift your gaze slightly forward and reach those arms as much as you can. And take a full breath in. And exhale, fully fold all the way down. Release the tension in your lower back. Your hands can come to the floor, to your blocks. You can even hold on to your forearms, your elbows, and let yourself hang. Sometimes it might be nice to introduce some movement here as well. Maybe some swaying side to side, or maybe you want to focus on bending into one side, really getting into that inside edge of the leg stretch, maybe bending over to the other. Lots of different options that you can take, maybe trying one, trying the other. What feels the best for you? If you're linking your forearms together here, let your hands come back down toward the mat and then start to heel toe your feet together. Enough that they're about hip width apart or even slightly wider than. You can have your toes turned out slightly and then start to sink down into a squat. Now, depending on your range of motion here, I know for my ankle, I do need a little bit of support. So grabbing your blocks to help you out here to find some more depth that might be much more accessible for you. Now, can we pull those shoulders back just like we practiced in your forward fold? Be more proud through that chest. Finding some range of motion in your hips as well as we bring those elbows to the inside edge and use them to open your legs a little bit more. Come to your breath. From here, start to bring your hands back down to the floor and pick your hips all the way back up. You can sway it out side to side, maybe bend into one side, bend into the other. And then walk your hands over to the front side of your mat. So you're now facing the front. Step back into your downward facing dog. Begin pulling your right knee toward your right hand for your pigeon pose, or you can take a 90-90, also known as deer in yin. Now, the intention here is to keep those hips nice and square to the mat. So if you notice you're very heavily sinking down onto that right hip, I encourage you to find maybe that lower block and just place it underneath your hip. Now, before we come down here, just make sure you glance over your left shoulder to make sure the heel is in line with your hip. And then that way we can start to feel more of that neutral spine as we come down. And support yourself as you lower down as much as you need to here. Maybe something underneath your forehead, under your forearm. And settle. Whatever has come up with you within our practice, acknowledge it, settle it. Take a nice long breath in where you are. And a full breath out. Move with your inhale as you start to come up to your hands. And transition into your final down dog. When you feel like you're ready, start to pull that left knee toward your left hand, finding your pigeon or that deer 90-90 on the other side. And keeping sure that those hips are nice and square to your mat. Glance over your right shoulder. The heel is in line with the hip. And then support yourself as you come down and fold. Look for areas to let go in this pose. Relax your jaw, relax your buttocks, relax your hands. If it's not serving you, let it go. And take one more full breath in. Long breath out. And from here, we're going to come up to your hands. If you do have a prop underneath that left hip, you can take it out and then shift your weight onto that hip as you pull your legs forward. Now, butterfly pose is allowing us to release your lower back. So I do encourage you, if you do have something soft like this at home or in the studio, you've got that foam chip block, have a seat on it and come to the front edge of that prop so we can feel that pelvic tilt forward, similar to what we did on our back. And that way it allows us to have more of that release in your lumbar spine. Now the feet are going to be further away from the body here as we've already targeted the inner thigh, that inner groin area. Let's keep that diamond a little longer. And then as you come forward, feel the release that you have in your spine. We're starting to really round forward here and support yourself with any props that feel needed. And once again, noticing the support system that you have, those people, those things in your life that you can rely on to take you into what is to come. Maybe you're similar to my position where you're wondering what that journey looks like. Just like a yoga practice, we take it one step at a time. Just like with our breath, we take it one inhale, one exhale at a time. Knowing that everything is temporary. Whatever it is that you're feeling today may not be feeling tomorrow. Focus on a few more deep cycles of your breath here. Notice where in the body that breath gets directed, the back, the hips. Where do you need it the most? Where is that sensation talking to you? And take one more long breath in and a full breath out. Move softly and slowly as we start to sit all the way back up nice and tall. Hug your knees back in, even straighten them out, and just feel that stretch. Maybe there's a different motion that feels a little more natural for you. I encourage you to take it. Now, with your legs extended straight out, flex your toes so they are a little more active, having more of that 90-degree bend in your ankles. Bring your hands over to the right side. That right hand will be back behind you. Your left hand will be more to the outside edge of your knee or your thigh, and turn to the right. Use your inhale to come all the way back to the center and turn to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Bring both hands behind you and push the floor away so you can elevate your chest. Pull your shoulders back and down. And start to give a soft release here. We can come off of that prop and then put on any layers you would like as we start to work our way down to the mat and find your final resting pose. If there's any poses you'd like to take along the way, please, I encourage you to listen to your body. Those are there for a reason. So whether it be a reclined twist or a happy baby, we got a couple minutes just to settle. Once you feel like that movement has done its job, any last poses, I encourage you to find nothing but comfort. Ease your way into your Shavasana, reclined butterfly, or perhaps a seated meditation to help let go of our practice. With everything in life, what has passed is past. If it's out of our control, it's time to let go. As we finish off our practice with our breath work, I encourage you to use that to release any of that energy that is not serving you heading into the rest of your day or even the rest of your week. We'll work with our Samavriti, which is our equal ratio breath. We'll inhale through the nose to the count of 4 and exhale through the nose to the count of 4. These nice, long, steady breaths in and out will allow that nervous system to calm down after the practice. We'll start off with a nice cleansing breath. Of course, if at any reason you start to feel anxious or can't catch your breath, please stop that breath control. And take a full breath in through the nose. Full exhale through the mouth. We'll inhale through the nose to begin. 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. 2 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Start to let go with the breath control. And come back into the natural rhythms of your breath. As you let go of any tension, any expectation, anything you're holding on to, and just simply settle. Start to pull your attention back to your body, and back into the room. And introduce a deeper breath. And find some subtle movements in your fingers, your toes, even softly turning your head side to side. Letting those movements grow, perhaps reaching your arms up above your head, point your toes. And draw your knees into your chest. And take your time as you roll over to your right side. Allow your heart to settle. And keeping a soft gaze, your eyes remaining closed, come back into your comfortable seats. Noticing where you are today. Meet yourself on your mat in this moment. Notice what's changed from the beginning of our practice. When we're able to acknowledge and know everything that's happening within us and take that acknowledgement, find some space to recognize all of what's going on. That's when we can start to let go of what's no longer feeding us or shedding away that previous skin, move forward with more momentum, more energy. So as we complete our practice today, I encourage you to continue this process with you off of our mat and keep that shedding process even as you head home. What is no longer serving you? What cannot come with you as we find the year of the horse? Always a pleasure to share my journey and my practice with all of you. Namaste.